another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I am your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another game here for Sunday. This time it's the Colts and the Minnesota Vikings here on Sunday Night Football. They're going to be starting out pretty soon here in a couple minutes. But man, there's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. So we got Joe Flacco, 39 years old, but he also has one of the deeper rosters in the NFL offensively. Got one of the best running backs in the NFL. They also have a good staple of wide receivers, and the offensive line is pretty solid. It's not great, but it's pretty solid. On top of that, you do have a defense that is slightly struggling a little bit with Indianapolis. They're just not creating as many big plays as we have seen over the last couple of years. Obviously, their defense has been kind of a little bit going down. I don't want to say go downhill, but definitely going in the wrong direction over the last couple of years. They've definitely lost some talent. They've gotten older at certain positions, and they have yet to really find the right pieces in the draft over the last couple of years that really put them over the top. But once again, they still have enough weapons. They still have been solid in most games. They have always been in there. I don't think we've seen them just be completely and utterly blown out on a consistent basis. So I still expect a very, very tough matchup in a very close game. And then you look on the other side, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have them. They were started out once again 5-0. They have lost 2 consecutive games. Yes, they lost a little bit more of a controversial game the last time we saw them on Thursday night against the Rams, but still, they did not play well. They struggled to run the ball after the first quarter. They really were not able to really create as many explosive plays in the passing game that we have seen through the first month and a half of football, if not a little bit more. But this defense is still playing at a higher level. I think, once again, this is why I think this game is going to be close. Both defenses are underperforming, I would say, compared to the standards that we're used to seeing. But the Vikings over the last couple of weeks have given up more big plays on defense. But I am still hoping to see a little bit more from them, maybe over the last couple, that extra rest from that Thursday night game is able to get some things going on defense. They maybe get a little bit healthier. And potentially make some big plays here, because that is something that they've been missing the last 2 weeks, and big reason why they have lost 2 straight. And on top of that, pressure has been solid for them. They're always going to be able to seem to find some way to get pressure, whether that's blitzing, sending some exotic blitzes, or just getting some solid pressure just with their front four. So we will see what they dial up against a team that's going to be heavily relying on the running game and not a very mobile quarterback in Joe Flacco. Yes, we saw him a couple weeks ago kind of pick up a 15, almost 20-yard gain. I don't expect Joe Flacco to be Lamar Jackson, so it's going to be a little bit of a sitting duck there. And if Minnesota can get pressure with just sending their 4 or even maybe an extra guy there, it might be a little bit of a easier going for them on this primetime game than it was for them against the Rams. So let's join, and they're about to kick it off here, and looks like in a couple minutes. But yeah, man, it's going to be a fun one. And let me know what you think in the chat. I'm going to grab a quick drink here, but let me know what you think. Who do you have? Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? And on top of that, who do you think is going to be able to really establish the run first? Let me know. But yeah, man, that Green Bay game, man, that one, that was a rough one. That was a rough one for my Packers. Just couldn't get anything going up until basically the final quarter, and even then it was just a little too late, man. But if Minnesota can lose here, Green Bay will not have lost a whole lot of ground. Obviously, they're going to be behind the Detroit Lions, but they do have a chance to kind of make it even in a couple of weeks. But we definitely need Minnesota to lose. That way, we can still kind of lay claim to that second position in the NFC North and kind of keep it going. So, I wonder how that big horn works, man. Because obviously they're not really having to blow into it. I hope, at least I hope not. I don't know, but I wonder if there's like a button or if it's like queued up for them when they put their mouth on it and it goes off. But we'll see. All right, Minnesota is going to kick it off to the Colts. So that means the Vikings will get the ball to start the second half. So something to remember here. So obviously, I'm hoping Indy can hand the Vikings their third consecutive loss here. Joe under center, receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff to the former Wisconsin Badger, Jonathan Taylor, right up the middle for a gain of about 2 or 3. All right, 2nd and 7. Single back in the backfield. Another handoff, and Taylor's going to squeak for a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Colts here. One thing this Minnesota defense has given up is some decent rushing yards. And Joe throwing it down the field, and it's a catch, and he'll be taken down around the 40-yard line. That is a first down for the Indianapolis Colts here. All the way down in Minnesota territory. Just a beautiful ball by Joe. I think he's going to be spotted down at about the 41-yard line. No, they're giving it all the way to the 39. All right. Receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Jonathan Taylor going all the way down to the 26, and that is a first down run. Yeah, just a nice run in between the left tackle and the left guard. Heck of a job, man. All right, we got a big formation here. Mo Alley Cox in motion to the left, and it's a fumble. And Minnesota, I believe, has the ball. Oh man, Joe Flacco and Jonathan Taylor unable to secure the handoff, and that is going to be a turnover for the Minnesota Vikings. What the heck happened here? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Yeah, that ball just never got in the hands of Taylor, man. All right, I guess we are gonna see the Minnesota's offense here with a little bit of a short field. Man, what a letdown after that great throw by Joe, man. Holy cow. All right, we are back here. All right, Minnesota's going to start out at the 24 after the fumble recovery. Sam Darnold fakes the handoff, throwing it to his right, and it's going to be his tight end. It's going to be very close to a first down here. Second and one. The only thing I can assume is that that might have been Joe might have had a little bit of an option whether to actually hand it off or to keep it on a play action. You know, basically a run pass option. Because when that ball literally it never got to it never got to Taylor's hands. It literally hit him right in the belly, and when the ball fell forward, Taylor didn't act like he fumbled the ball. So I think he still thought that Joe had the ball. So it'll be a first and 10. It's going to be a run to the left here with Jones, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 48. Phenomenal run by the former Green Bay Packer. All right. First and 10, ball at the 48. A couple more yards, and they'll be at midfield, and it's going to be a quick throw to the right. Gets it to his tight end for a gain of 2 yards. TJ Hawkinson, the former Detroit Lion, man. There's a lot of former Bears, former Packers, former Lions on this team right now. 2nd and 8, ball at the 50, quick throw to the left, and it's going to be caught and a first down, and that is Powell, number 4. Ball at the 41-yard line. It fakes the handoff. Darnold looking, throwing to his left. It's going to be the Jefferson for his first catch of this game. And he's going to get maybe a yard and a half. And that's actually, Addison, not Jefferson there. And Minnesota just a couple days ago traded for Cam Robinson from Jacksonville. He's in to replace the injured Darisaw, who unfortunately tore his ACL during that Rams game on Thursday night. Handoff to Jones, and he's going to be good for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Took a shot on that one. All right, 3rd and 6 for Minnesota here. Just inside the 38. Addison in motion. Quick throw, running a quick out, and that'll be a first down for the Vikings on a nice little quick out by Jordan Addison, the former USC product, man. Pretty sure Madison came from USC. I might be wrong. I know Darnold was a USC guy. He was a Trojan. Fullback in the backfield. Jones trying to get something going here. Gain of 3. That is Franklin and Latu combining on the stop, but there is going to be a hold. Looks like it's going to be on the Colts, actually. And that'll be a first down. And that was on the big defensive tackle, I'm pretty sure, Brian. Interesting. 1st and 10, ball at the 23. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And no gain on the play. Quick snap. Darnold looking, has time, dumping it down, and that is going to be a gain of 7. And the receiver was Sheffield there. Basically running a 5-yard stick route. Boom, right down the seam. Hit him, turned around, got an extra couple yards. All right, we got 3 receivers bunched up on the left side. 3rd and 3, Jefferson on the left side on the outmost. So I'm expecting a little quick route. Darnold needing to dodge some guys. He does. He finds his man, and it's intercepted in the end zone. And another turnover, back to back turnovers for both teams. First, the fumble by Indianapolis. Now, the interception by Sam Darnold in the end zone. And that was not even close. I mean, he looked like he threw that straight to number 44. And if Franklin didn't catch it, it was going to be another guy right behind him, too. Oh, boy, man. Oh, boy. We are slowly watching Sam Darnold kind of turn into the proverbial pumpkin that we've seen him be throughout his career. Because I think through 4 games, this guy already had, 12 touchdowns? And maybe like a handful, maybe like 2 interceptions now. That was his 6th. And I think he only has about 14 touchdowns. So he has not thrown a whole lot of TDs over the last couple weeks. Mm. Man, I don't know. So the poll that I put out before this game was not a simple who do you think is gonna win? I was gonna say which quarterback is gonna basically give away the first turnover. And I don't know if you can give Joe Flacco that first turnover. I mean, I think it was a combination of both him and Jonathan just not being on the same page because Taylor did not expect the actual handoff. And you can tell because when the ball was fumbled, he did not act like, oh my God, I just fumbled the ball. He thought Joe Flacco still had it, and I think Joe thought he had it. So I think you have to give it to Sam Darnold, man. I think you have to give it to Sam Darnold. He is the first guy to throw or give away the interception here. It's the first turnover that you can clearly pin on the quarterback without question. So we have an answer to that poll, in my opinion. So he was the Franklin will get the interception. He was tackled in the end zone. So Indianapolis will get the ball at the 20. It's going to be a dump down to Jonathan Taylor, who's going to weave his way to the 31. That is a first down for the Colts. All right. First and 10, receiver in motion to the right, handoff up the middle, and it's going to be good for about a yard. All right, 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Joe looking, has a little bit of time. He's going to dump it down to number 1, who's going to be able to get out across the 35 down to about the 37. And that was Josh Downs, one of their more explosive receiving options. Yeah, just a great slot receiver, man. Just so dang quick. Good hands, too, man. All right. Downs in motion to the left here. Joe looking, gonna dump it down, and unfortunately far too high for Jonathan Taylor, and that ball will sail. It'll be fourth down, Indianapolis in on to punt. Yeah, it was like Sanchez thought he was gonna Sanchez. Sorry, I was looking at the punter for the Colts. It looks like Flacco thought he was gonna take a shot on that one because he sailed that bad boy. It's gonna be a nice little return. Caught it at the 10, got down to about the 25. And that was Powell. So Minnesota was moving the ball fairly well down that first drive, man, and then Darnold just kind of got a little happy with the with his feet there, and you could clearly tell that he was trying to force a ball to somebody in the back of the end zone. Which, once again, if Franklin was not going to intercept it, there was a guy literally right behind him in front of the receiver. That ball was well underthrown. Should have been a lot more air and about 7 to 8 yards further down the field. But we'll see how they respond after that turnover. I mean, their defense clearly able to get a stop here. All right. First and 10, ball at the 24. Darnold under center. It's going to be a little end around to Jordan Addison, who is going to be able to weave his way for a gain of nearly 10. It's going to be very close. And Addison was from USC. All right, got that one right. That's what I thought, but I wasn't I wasn't 100% sure. And I know Jefferson is from LSU. He was part of that, just that massive group of receivers, man, that just came out of that LSU product for a couple of years, man, for a good amount of years. Jamar Chase was part of that. And I think after LSU, it was Ohio State who really started producing some big name receivers. Second and one, another run up the middle by the former UTEP running back from El Paso, Texas. And that'll be a first down for Aaron Jones. Ball at the 36, fakes the handoff. Darnold stepping up, throwing it deep down the field, and it finds his all-pro wide receiver, Jefferson, right down the field, man. Big first down. Inside Colts territory. That's just this nice little dig route right behind the corners and just in front of the safeties. All right, 1st and 10, just inside the 45 of the Colts. It's going to be a toss to Jones to the right. He's going to get the edge, but Indianapolis doing a good job of minimizing that to about 2 yards. All right, 2nd and 9. Fakes the handoff. Jordan getting it to Jones in the screen, and he's going to lose a lot of yardage. Going to be down all the way back at the 49 of Minnesota. Holy cow, look at that hair. Jesus. That is going to be the linebacker, number 41, Stroud, with just an incredible play, man. Great bounce, great wrap-up technique. And, dude, the hair, I have not seen hair that crazy. Even Palomalu probably didn't have that hair that big. That looked beautiful flowing in the wind. Jordan is going to be a quick throw, and that's going to be to Hawkinson, who's going to be upended well short of the first down. It'll be about 4th and 7, maybe 4th and 6. I'm not sure, but it's not close, and it's going to be a punt. And that was Kenny Moore. Hell of a job, man. That was a freaking great tackle. Dude, TJ Hawkinson is he's not a small guy, man. He literally picked him up and just didn't slam him, but brought him down. And that's going to go into the end zone. So Indianapolis will get the ball at the 20. All right, we got 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Joe Flacco under center, single back in the backfield. Basically, one receiver to his right. It's going to be a run right up the middle, and Taylor's going to be good for almost 5 yards, and that'll take us to the second quarter. So far, man, a defensive struggle, man. Both of these defenses making plays. You know, they really get turnovers on their first defensive drives, but then after that, punt. So, getting it done, man. Getting it done. And there's gonna be we're gonna have to bet who can get the first touchdown in this game, man, because both defenses look strong. The first time each of these offenses were able to get the ball, they were able to get into field goal range, and I think Indianapolis was pretty darn close. Sorry, Minnesota was pretty darn close to getting a touchdown there, but both of those drives ended in turnovers. The last two barely got anything going. So 2nd and 6, ball at the 25 after the first down run by Taylor. He's going to get the handoff again, and he'll get to just the 25, gain of 1. Third and 5, Minnesota sends 4. Throw over the middle, and it's going to be patted down and ricochets about 25 yards backwards. So another defensive stop, man. Keeps on going. Yeah, I don't know what the heck Joe Flacco was looking at that, man. There's 3 guys. That safety was reading that play the entire way. That was a Bynum slapping that ball away. He's lucky that wasn't picked off. All right, Sam under center. Jordan Addison in motion. It's going to be a run up the middle this time with, looks like the backup running back. It's Cam Akers, man, the former Ram, and I think they just traded for him a couple. The Vikings traded for him a couple weeks ago. And 13:41 in the second quarter. Addison in motion to the left. It's going to be another run up with Cam Akers, who was able to get an extra couple yards after the initial hit. It should be a gain of about 5. The big fullback in motion to the left. Now back to the right. Sam looking, throwing. He's going to throw it to Cam Akers on the screen, and he is going to be taken down for a loss. All right. Three receivers to the left. Darnold in the shotgun, looking pressured, and he's able to get it to TJ for a first down gain of about 7. Oh, it's going to be a hold on the Minnesota Vikings, so move him back. And that is on the newest member of the Minnesota Vikings, the former Jacksonville Jaguar, Cam Robinson. So it'll be 3rd and 16 ball all the way back at the 31. They need to get it to the 42. Quick throw to Jefferson, who throws it back to Aaron Jones, who has a blocker. He's going to cut, and it'll be a first down, and they get all the way into Indianapolis territory. Dude, that was very close to being a forward pass. I would say less than a yard. That was a heck of a throw by Jefferson, man. So Darnold threw it to him. Then he threw it all the way back to the right to Jones, and he was able to get it to the 47 of the Colts. And Darnold pressured, fumbles, and it's picked up to the 10, to the 5, and it's a touchdown, but there is a flag, and they are going to call this one back. I think this is a makeup call for last week. Right now, they're ruling it a touchdown. So are they picking up the flag? Let's see. Oh, it's not a face mask, but he did basically hit him in the helmet. And it was Kenny Moore with the scoop and score. And no, we got our first score of the game. They have reviewed it, and it is not a penalty. So we got our first big points of the game. The extra point is up, and it is good. And thus far, dang, that was a great hit. So thus far in this game, we are well into the second quarter, and no offense has scored yet, has not been able to get a field goal, no touchdowns, nothing really going outside of their first 2 drives. But the defenses for these teams have really risen to the occasion. Indianapolis getting their second turnover. They were able to take points off the board by intercepting Darnold in the end zone on the first offensive drive for Minnesota. And then now able to sack him, strip him, and then scoop and score for the first points of this game. Dang, dude, I should have done a poll seeing who would which offense would score first, because at this point, who knows if we're going to get one in the first half. And I'm kind of fiddling with the mic just a little bit. Just kind of want to see which one kind of ends up sounding a little bit better. I feel like this one is a little bit more clear than the other ones, and it doesn't blow up the the audio. So I think I might stick with this one for a bit. But let me know. Man, dude, Darnold is having a rough one. And the kick is away, and it'll be out the back of the end zone. So when there was a flag for sure that I saw, and I thought the refs were kind of just trying to make up for what they missed last week. Which, to be completely honest with you, I wouldn't have been terribly mad at it, but it was the fact that that Indianapolis scored on it. Like if it was just a fumble and you know at the end of the day it would just been a regular recovery, or even Indianapolis wouldn't have been able to get to the ball, I would have been okay with it because hey, man, you gotta make up a call, I guess, but here and there, but not when it's a scoop and score. And it'll be a run to the right there. Jones able to get about 2-3 yards there. All right, three receivers bunched up to the left. Darnold in the shotgun. Looking, throwing it. Gets it to his backup tight end for a first down, and that is Oliver. The big man with the catch and run. And it's going to be fix the handoff, rolling to his left, and once again finds Josh Oliver, the tight end, for a gain of nearly 9 full yards. Minnesota very quick to get to the line. It's going to be a run, and Jones just gets absolutely smacked. That is Zaire Franklin, number 44, the guy that got the interception. Dude, they both came at each other like missiles, and Jonesy lost that one. To be fair, I think Franklin has probably about almost 30 extra pounds on Jones. And a run up the middle, and Jonesy is going to get taken down again before the line to gain. Might have actually lost some yardage from where they're spotting him. So it's still going to be a very short fourth down attempt here. So I think Minnesota is still going to go for it because they got to get something going. Clock is still, it's going to be under 8 minutes here in the second quarter. And Minnesota is going to use their first timeout. I want to make sure they get the right play. And it's going to be a QB sneak, and it's going to get. And they get the first down, man. That was a easy one right there. Minnesota just not letting Indianapolis get set there. Very quick to the line, very quick to the snap. First and 10. Darnold looking, gonna run, and he's gonna be lucky if this is not a sack. It looks like that was Grover Stewart, the big defensive tackle up the middle. Jesus, that's a big man. So second and 10. John gonna dump it down. Getting it to Cam Akers, who was able to get about 6, maybe 7 yards on that one. We have not seen Joe Flacco in a while. And empty set for Minnesota. Darnold looking, throwing, and he was hit as he threw and could not get it to Jefferson. It'll be 4th and 3. Yeah, man, Darnold took a shot on that one. Yeah, that ball just kind of got away from him just a little bit. This will be a 53-yard attempt for the Minnesota Vikings, hoping to get their first points on the board. And it's going to be no good. That ball sails right of the post. And we have yet to get any points from an offense in this game. I'm just trying to see how many more minutes we have in this game. It's not much. Sorry, how many more minutes in this half? In just a few minutes, we're going to see if Joe Flacco can get this Colts offense off the ground, man. They have been, I mean, outside of that first drive where they were looking pretty solid, they have been arguably the worst offense of these two teams. At least Minnesota has been able to really kind of move the ball down the field just a little bit. And Joe fakes the handoff, looking, throwing deep down the field, and he has a wide open receiver down the left seam. That'll be a first down for the Colts. Damn, dude, that was a strike. Oh, actually, well, maybe not. And it'll be 2nd and 10. All right. Quick pass, and it's going to be to Josh Downs in the slant there. Great. Find ways to make some space and got the first down. Ball is going to be just shy of the 45 of Minnesota. It's going to be a run up the middle. Jonathan Taylor trying to pick his way for a couple yards. And the ball is going to be at about the 43-yard line, 2nd and 8. Fakes the handoff right behind the linebackers, and that is to Alec Pierce for a first down. Basically running a skinny post from the right. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 26. It's going to be another throw and another catch and another first down for the Colts, but there is a flag on the field here. So far, these refs have done a pretty decent job of not being too involved, and I'm hoping it keep it that way. All right, 1st and 15. Joe getting into his running back on the screen, and it's going to be blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of 4.5 yards. Heck of a job by Minnesota. Minnesota showing pressure. They send 4. It's a quick throw, and Josh Downs just falling down, unable to connect with his quarterback on that one. Might have been actually lucky he didn't catch it because he was about to get blown up. And Ben Ginkle sensing that one, sensing the slot, and then just he was pretending like he was going to pressure, and as soon as the snap happened, he drifted to the left side of the field, defensively left side of the field, to where Josh Downs was. There is 8 Minnesota Vikings on the line, and they just run the ball. Indianapolis just run the ball. They know they're already in field goal range. They can easily make this a 2-possession lead. And also, they can potentially run this clock all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And that's exactly what's going to happen. 2-minute warning here in Minnesota, with the Colts about to attempt a field goal after this. All right. Commercial break. As much as I dislike Dan Campbell right now, it's going to be tough to stay mad at the guy. The guy's freaking hilarious. Built a damn good team over there in Detroit. All right, we got Matt Gay on to make this a 2-possession lead. He is perfect so far, under 50. Not my words. This is what they showed on the screen, so I'm not trying to jinx the man. And nope. Well, that is a miss, and we are still looking for our first offensive points. So Minnesota missed it just wide right, and this one missed just wide left. It's wild how these kicks are sailing, man. We're in a dome. So they get Minnesota gets the ball at the 43. It's gonna be a throw over the middle, and Jefferson is gonna get it inside the 40 down to about the 35 for the Vikings, and they are already in field goal range. This would be a 52, maybe a 53-yard field goal if they decided to kick it here. They have all 2 timeouts that they have left. I almost said all 3. And Darnold's just going to throw this one away at the feet of his guys. There was a little bit of a screen that they were trying to develop. It did not go. Dude, how does Jefferson get that open, man? Come on. Come on. All right, 2 receivers to the right. Darnold in the shotgun. Jones in on the backfield. And a wide open Jefferson running a beautiful little route. Man, I got to see what kind of route that was. It looked like a slant, but it went upwards. Was that just a post route? Basically, it's kind of like a in between a post and a deep in. Jefferson, man, hell of a job. Darnold obviously delivering some dang good passes to him. All right, we got a buck 13 here. Indianapolis uses their first timeout. And once again, I've never understood helping out a team by using your timeouts first. Let them use theirs. It's going to be a run to the right with Jones. Indianapolis is going to be using their second here. And granted, I know why they're doing it. They're trying to save some time, but trying to get the ball back before the half ends. But let Minnesota use it, man. They're going to use theirs. I guarantee it. Plus, they can still get a first down. If they get a first down, then they're going to be able to control the clock again, and you're not going to have any timeouts now. So, all right, 2nd and 8. Hawkinson in motion here. Darnold looking. He's going to be taken down for a sack. Darnold, instead of just throwing it away, tries to roll out, and he loses some massive, massive yardage. My dude, you just got to throw it away, man. What are you doing? I think he's going to be taken down at around the 20, 21 maybe. Indianapolis with 3 sacks on the day. And Darnold almost lost the ball on that one. That one did pop out, but he was able to fall on it basically right away. And Indianapolis uses their final timeout. They stop the clock with 1:05. I don't know what you're doing, man. Like, let them use their timeouts. So, Darnold looking, pressure is going to dump it down, and Jefferson is going to be able to get just inside the 15. So Minnesota is going to ride this clock all the way down to about the 18-second mark. And then they use their second timeout to stop it at about 17 here. All right, so we're going to try one more time here with 17 seconds left. If Minnesota can get some points here, this will be the first time that a defense did not score the points for their team. This will be the first traditional offensive points. All right, 31-yard field goal attempt. Should be able to make this really easy here. Oh no. Oh, he doinked it right off the right upright. Oh man. Yeah, these offenses don't want to score crap today, man. That was a rough one. That's hilarious. Did I say that because I wanted to jinx him? Absolutely, and it worked. I'll take credit for that one. No, but either way, that was hilarious. What are these kickers doing, man? Like, you're in a dome. There's no wind. Like, I could understand why some of the guys in Green Bay couldn't make their kicks today. But you're in a dome. What are you doing? And, like, I get it. 50-yard kicks are not easy. I'm not going to claim that they are. But that was a 31-yard kick, and that thing was sailing wide right. I don't think you would have made it from 30 or 29. But that's hilarious. Boy, just doinked right off the right upright. Damn, dude. Today was Matt LaFleur's birthday and couldn't get a win. Tragic, dude. Come on. Gotta do it for the coach, man. You gotta do it for the coach. All right, and we're just gonna see Joe Flacco take a knee, and we are headed to halftime with just a single score in this game, and it did not come from any offense. It was a scoop and score by the Indianapolis Colts. All right, Minnesota will get the second half kick here, so we shall see. This is going to be better than expected. Yeah, man. So far, it's been I mean, to be honest with you, it's been not boring. Like both defenses are playing pretty darn well. There's been some sacks, mostly from Indianapolis, but there's a couple turnovers. There's been some really good plays. So yeah, usually a game like this, it's like, oh my god, this is awful. But I feel like it's been good defense instead of just horrible offense for the most part. So yeah, there's a pretty, and you know sure it'd be nice to have some touchdowns, but sometimes a defensive struggle is a pretty good game as well, as long as there's like some big plays happening on defense and it's not just the offense, sucking it up. If I had to guess, I think Minnesota's offense is going to be the one to really get going in the second half. If I had to pick one, again, I'm still hoping for Indianapolis win. That way, it helps out the Packers a little bit. They can still kind of stay in their, you know, second place slightly. Green Bay still has the um, still one game behind, or half a game behind technically, with the loss to Minnesota a couple weeks ago. So until Green Bay can avenge that loss this season, we definitely need the Vikings to have a worse record than Green Bay. I wanna fly like an eagle. Fly like an eagle. Sorry, they were putting up a fly like an eagle with that crazy spin hurdle by Saquon, man. So right now, Indy is unable to move the ball on the ground. They have not really been able to get much going. Um, granted, Jonathan Taylor has been able to, pop off a few here and there, but it's not. It just hasn't been consistent enough to really get them in really manageable second and third downs. And Joe and that passing offense is just really, really not just they're just not finding their rhythm right now, man. They seem kind of disjointed. And like I said, Indianapolis's defense has really been carrying them clearly with the 7 points. And the Vikings, man, they've done really dang well also on defense, man, making it really tough for Joe Flacco to find really much room to throw. And it's going to be like they're not going to be able to ride Joe Flacco, to 300 and plus, passing yards. So they're going to need to get the rushing game going here in the second half. They're going to have to make a conceited effort, man, because that's the only way I'm going to see them being able to beat Minnesota here. Because eventually this Minnesota team is going to put up points. They have been the closest to getting touchdowns, and on top of that, getting field goals. Yes, their field goals were pretty bad misses, but I mean, that last one hit the post. You move it like not even a full yard in, and it's going in. Then the other one was just a little bit of it was probably about 2 or 3 yards wide to the right. But the Colts have not been really close outside of their opening drive. Yeah, they also have a missed field goal too, but that one was about from 53. So they were still, a couple of first downs away from really being able to throw the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. All right, man. Let me know which game kind of stood out to you this today. There's a lot of decent ones. There's a few blowouts here and there, but let me know which one really stood out to you. I'm gonna try to take a look at some of these games after tonight. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit of time to really look into some drives because there were some good ones, man. That Rams game that went into overtime just basically like an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago, was wild, man. So that was a good one to watch, especially in that fourth quarter. Got really, really crazy. So, all right, looks like halftime is about to end, and we are going to get another crazy half of football. I expect some points. I think these defenses are still going to make some plays, but I think one of these teams, at least offensively, is going to wake up at some point. Sorry, they had some kids playing at halftime, and I gotta give them that celebration was pretty cool. Basically, did the bowling pins celebration, so that was cute. All right, ball is out the back of the end zone, and Indianapolis has given the ball to the Minnesota Vikings at the 30. All right, Darnold under center, fullback and running back in the backfield. Jefferson to the left. It's going to be a fake the handoff. Throwing it to Jefferson, and he is going to be open and breaking a tackle and out across the 50-yard line. Gain of about 20. Yeah, Jefferson looks like he's going to be a problem tonight, man. That boy is out to prove something. Got it to the 49 of Colts territory. So officially a gain of 21, and they hand it off to Jones to the right, and he's going to be down at about the 45. All right. Oliver in motion to the left. Takes the snap, looking. Throwing it deep down the field to a wide open TJ Hawkinson. And Hawkinson just running a nice little dig route there. From left to right. All right, first down, ball at the 26-yard line, and looks like it's going to be Indianapolis with encroachment, so give them an extra 5 yards down to about the 21. All right, 1st and 5. Hand off to Jones to the left. He's going to be good for about 4.5 yards. And they're marking them down after 4. Oh, a very quick play, and it's going to be a QB sneak. And he's going to be down just inside the 16. That is a first down for the Vikings. All right, Jefferson and Addison stacked up on the right side. Quick throw to Jefferson, and he is going to be falling forward for about a yard on the play. Trying to get a little, basically a bubble screen there, but Jefferson unable to really get much going. Yeah, and Kenny Moore, man, just doing a great job being engaged in a block, but still able to bring down Jefferson. So Addison and Jefferson now on the left side stacked up, and it is incomplete. Nearly got it to the other backup tight end, Munt. See, Munt looking like he was running basically a corner route. Oh, it got in his hands, but just had to fully extend for that one and just couldn't haul it in while making contact with the ground there. So it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Vikings from about the 15-yard line. So 3 receivers to the left, Jefferson alone to the right. He's going to throw it to the left. It's going to be a first down, and that is Addison getting inside the 5, and Minnesota is driving down the field here, man. All right, first and goal. And Darnold needing to throw it away, and it's going to be a touchdown. Jordan Addison, what a catch, dude. Diving for it. That was not an amazing throw by Darnold. It was good under pressure, especially, but that he could have made that a lot easier on Addison. That was just a great adjustment by a very darn good receiver. I don't know how that. I do not know how he caught that. He was literally diving and just caught it. I think he caught it with one hand. Wow. I said it at the half, man. If there was an offense that was going to score or score some points, it was going to be Minnesota. They've just looked a lot better. Wow. That was a hell of a catch by Addison. That was. Yeah, that easily could have been an overthrow by Darnold, but Addison made a hell of a play on the ball. All right, man. Not only do we have the score tied up at 7, we have our first offensive points of this game. Took into the to the third quarter, but we finally got it. Yeah, Joe has not done well against the simulated pressure by by Minnesota here, man. There's been a couple times where some of those could have been easily picked off. So Joe Flacco needs to really start getting it a little bit tighter here, trying to get what the defense gives him. Because right now, Brian Flores is having his way with Joe Flacco. Yeah, Flacco, 6 of 10, 62 yards. Yeah, just not moving the ball down the field. Running wise, they've been okay. I mean, Jonathan, he's averaging just under 4 yards a carry, 8 for 31, long of 13. So need to have more explosive plays. A nice little end around here from number 16, and he's going to be good for about 12, almost 13 yards. And that is Ashton Dolan. Never heard of him, but apparently he's in his 6th NFL season here. Dolan in motion to the left again. Joe fakes the handoff. Looking, has a lot of time and gets it to, looks like Alec Pierce for about 9, maybe 10 yards. And initially they were trying to say it was a 2nd and 1, but they are moving the marker, so that was a first down. First down catch and run for Alec Pierce. Ball at the 47-yard line of Minnesota. Pressure. Joe looking, throwing it to the right side, and it'll be incomplete. And it's going to be a holding call on the Colts, so move them back. Flacco under pressure, throwing it, and it'll be incomplete, trying to get it to Josh Downs. Downs running basically a little go route down the seam. Jonathan Taylor doing. I think if Taylor would have stayed in pass protection, I think Joe Flacco would have been able to get that ball to Josh Downs, because there was a big gap right down the right seam. So Jonathan Taylor needs to look for some pass blocking opportunities, because he did not protect Joe on that one. And that's going to be down the seam to the left there. Alec Pierce with a big chunk of yardage. So it should be about 3rd and maybe 6. Yeah, 3rd and 6. All right, the ball is going to be at the 44. Flacco takes the snap, looking, pressure, and he's going to try to dump it down, and it'll be incomplete. And Minnesota's defense coming up big again. Some pressure coming off of that right side. And I think that was by Martellus. I think that's might be wrong, but I think that was a safety there. And Indianapolis is trying to go for it here. They'll be 4th and 6. I'd be very surprised if they snap this ball. And I think they will not. And that'll move them back 5 yards. They're just trying to get some room for the punter, basically. Trying to see if they can get an extra free yardage there. All right, man. Minnesota is going to have an opportunity here to take the lead. Their offense has looked good. Sanchez's punt is away. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. Minnesota will get the ball at the 20. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to refill up some water. Darnold under center, fullback and running back in the backfield, rolling out to his right, and he gets his fullback involved here / tight end. And that's a gain of 11. I believe that is Josh Oliver. First and 10, ball at the 31. Jefferson to the left here. Then we have Addison in the slot to the right. Fakes the handoff, looking, and it's going to just throw it away. There is a flag, though. Based on Kevin O'Connell's look, it might be on them. Oh no. It's going to be on the Colts, man. Holding. So that's going to be an automatic first down and 5-yard penalty. Fullback and running back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Jones. It has a gain of about 3, maybe 4. All right. 2nd and 7, ball at the 39. Darnold in the shotgun. Looking, pressure, rolling out to his left. He's going to pump, he's going to run, and he's going to slide around the 50-yard line. It's a first down for the Vikings. And a quick throw to Jones. He's going to go to the 45 and taken down just about 2 yards shy of the first down. Basically a nice little swing pass to Jones on the right side. We do have Josh Oliver. Looks like he was injured on the play, getting some help off the field. Second and 2, ball at the 42. Single back in the backfield, run up the middle. Jones not able to get anything going. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Minnesota here. And Addison in motion to the left. It's going to be a deep throw, and that's a catch by Justin Jefferson, and he is going to be inside the 5. This stinks. That was a hell of a throw, though. Hell of a throw. Great catch. Literally basically over his head. Right in the breadbasket, man. And it'll be... Thought he was taken down at the 2, but whatever. And Jones going to run and be short of the line of scrimmage. Oh, Jones is getting mad. He is getting in their face. Yeah, not something you see often. Aaron Jones getting in somebody's face. Must have said something. So that was a loss of 1. So they move back to the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal. And it's going to be another penalty on the offense. So moving back a little bit here. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. So it's going to be a delayed game, but Minnesota is going to use their first timeout of the half. All right, 3:29 left in the third quarter. I mean, Minnesota over 330 offensive total yards, while the Colts barely have 128. I mean, it's not been close, man. So empty set here. Jones coming back in. It's going to be a toss to Jones. He's going to try to cut it back inside, and they're going to lose yardage all the way back to about the 8 or 7 yard line. Yeah, sometimes these offensive coordinators, man, or these head coaches, man, they try to get too cute. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? I feel like there's a time and a place for plays like this, and I don't know. Third and goal, Justin Jefferson to the left here. He's going to be throwing it to Jefferson, pressure, and it's a touchdown. But this time it goes to, it looks like the tight end there. Oh, no, that's Jalen Naylor, number 83. Holy cow. In Minnesota, coming into this third quarter down 7-0. They have scored 13 unanswered points, about to make it 14. Yeah, Jefferson basically taking on the safety there. And the kick is up, and it is good. With 2:49 left in the third quarter, Minnesota takes their first lead of the game, 14-7. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what this Colts offense can do, man. They have not been able to move the ball at all. And I don't think throwing it with Flacco is going to do anything. So they got to get Jonathan Taylor back up and running. Because this game is about to get quickly out of hand. Because you can just sense the momentum that this Minnesota team has, not only defensively, but also offensively now. And the kick is going to be caught and downed in the end zone. Looks like Darnold might have a little bit of something with one of his legs here. It's going to be a toss to the right. Taylor trying to find some space. He's going to be good for about a yard. Single back in the backfield. Two receivers stacked up to the right. Flacco fakes the handoff, dumps it down to Taylor, who's going to try to go one-on-one, and he's going to be good for about 4 yards. A lot of pressure right now with Minnesota. Looks like they have about 8 guys literally on the line. I guarantee you they're not going to send 8. 2 of those guys in the center are going to move back. They do. Send 4 and finds, what is that, Josh down at about the 49 of Minnesota. So a big thing that they do, that Brian Flores loves to do, is show, initial pressure. Then he basically, they get 8 guys on the line, and then basically 4 of them just spread back out. And that forces the quarterback to basically make a read in about, less than 2 seconds, because, you got to get that ball out before those guys get back into position, back into coverage. And they get it to Josh Downs again. Very quick pass. And it's a good amount of yardage, gain of about 11 there. So down all the way at the 38. They are riding Josh Downs all the way down the field here. Up the middle, run, and it's good for maybe a yard. Minnesota with 5 guys on the line, potentially 6. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter here in Minneapolis. So having to rely on Joe Flacco to kind of make those quick reads when that pressure is supposedly coming, and then they obviously drop back. So far, that has been something that Joe has really struggled with tonight, and you can clearly tell because he is trying to, kind of overthrow certain things, feeling like he has to get that extra depth because that linebacker is just running backwards so fastly, so fast. So he feels like he has to kind of throw it over the top to make sure it's really there, but that's you're missing your guy. And it looks like they finally got something going here with Josh Downs, and hopefully they can kind of get that going. Yeah, the Colts have gone through a lot of old quarterbacks, man. I came off forgetting Philip Rivers came through here, Joe Flacco, Gardner Minshew, obviously last year, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Jacoby Brissett, pressure, Joe looking. He's going to try to scramble, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of only one. There might be a holding penalty on the Colts here, so. So it's actually an illegal block. Sorry, personal foul of chop block. My apologies. I guess, yeah, an illegal block. But yeah, it's a chop block. Is that a chop block? Really? I mean, to be fair to Jonathan Taylor, he was not engaged in the block when he initially went down for it. By the time he was already moving downwards, then the block over the on the top came. So I don't know. I get it, but that's hardly what I would think of a chop block. And this play is blown dead. It looks like it's going to be a potential false start, and it is. And Indianapolis killing this drive right now. They were looking so good. So good. All right. It'll be second and 30. Ball all the way back at the 43-yard line. Joe throwing it deep down the field. And if he caught it, man, that's a gain of about 20 plus yards. And that is a catch. They're calling it a catch. See here. Toes, toes. Wow. That boy dragged that last one on the right, my dude. Let's go. Yeah, he got the first one to left, and then he dragged that second one. So 3rd and 8. Joe looking down the field, throwing it to his left, and he's intercepted. What was that, man? That ball was well underthrown, and that is an interception for the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, he just undercut that route all the way through. Yep, that was a bad decision by Joe Flacco on that one. disappointing, man. After that big gain, 22 yards over the air, it was what, second and 30, big gain. Dang, dude, it's a tough one. All right, we are back, and we're gonna see how this Minnesota offense responds. Man, their defense is hot. Their offense, 2 touchdowns on consecutive drives. Can they do one more and potentially basically put this game out of reach? And it's intercepted. Oh my God, it's intercepted down to the 30 and out across the 25. And Sam Darnold returns the favor, giving them another opportunity to tie this game up, and that is Cross with the interception. Nick Cross. Wow. Dude, none of these guys want to win this game. Oh no. What the heck was that? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that was just Darnold trying to force feed Jefferson on that one. I mean, dude, that's he obviously he did not see the guy underneath, but dang, dude, that was an awful, awful throw. So Indianapolis back on the field, ball to 25, and they hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, who's good for about half a yard. My dude's seeing ghost out there, man. Come on. Dude, this offense has to get something going, man. Indianapolis has yet to score a point in this game offensively. So 2nd and 9, ball roughly around the 24. Joe Flacco looking, throwing underneath, and trying to get it to Josh Downs, who is going to be taken down for basically no gain on the play. So 3rd and 8, 3 receivers to the right. Quick snap. Joe looking and underthrowing his receiver, Pittman, who was, running a decent route. If he would have been able to get it to him, it might have been a first down. Dude, this is a borderline inept offense at this point. Like, what? Dude, you're Joe Flacco. What are you doing running and trying to throw the ball at the same time? You're not freaking Aaron Rodgers in your prime, dog. Come on. All right, it's going to be a kick, and it is just, and I mean just, going to get inside that left upright. That thing was curving. All right, that is the first points for the Colts that has not been scored by their defense. We got ourselves a 10-14 game here. Still plenty of time to go. But I think the Vikings are going to be happy that they only gave up 3 after that. What looked like a momentum shifting interception there. And don't get me wrong, I know they're trying to teach Richardson a lesson about, you know, maximizing his opportunity, being a leader, being out there. Even if you're tired, man, stay out there. You don't have to continuously run. Be a quarterback. If you're tired, stay in the pocket. If you can't find anybody, just dump it down. And after a play or two, you'll be able to catch your breath. But I think he would do a damn good job against this defense right now, man, because they are allowing a lot of running lanes for quarterback. And don't get me wrong, that his accuracy is dog poo at this point. But he could probably hit some of these guys that are running underneath. I'm not saying you bench Flacco, but what I'm saying is Richardson, put him in for a package while you have Flacco out there. A little bit of a decoy with an option, and hey, if he's open, boom, throw it to him. I guarantee you, he'll make somebody miss. But you got to get something going, man. Joe Flacco is having a rough one. He is having a rough one tonight. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Cam Akers able to extend that ball all the way down to the 36 for a gain of 6. Another run up the middle. Akers. Open, and he's going to be taken down at the 49, just shy of midfield. But that'll be a 1st down for the Vikings. And Minnesota just running this clock down. Still got a ways to go, but they are approaching 11:30. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. It's going to be another handoff to Akers, who's going to weave his way through for another 1st down all the way down to the 39 of Indianapolis. Dude, Akers, man, the way he runs, man, he just he's so dang smooth on those cuts. All right, Darnold under center, 2 receivers to the right. And pressure. He's just going to throw it away. That'll be 2nd and 10, trying to set up the screen on the right side. That was a no-go. Again, 2 receivers stacked up on the right, delayed handoff, and this time they bring Akers down for a loss, or at least a no gain. That was Kenny Moore, who has been making plays all over this dang field, man. He's the one that got the scoop and score that got, so far, Indianapolis' only touchdown of this game. Yeah, man, Kenny Moore has been phenomenal. All right, 3 receivers to the right here, very close. It'll be 3rd and 10. Pressure, and Sam Darnold is going to be taken down for another sack at around the 50. And that's, is that Kwity Paye? That's sack number 4. All right, man. Indianapolis' defense holding up. It's going to be returned 15 down to the 20, maybe to the 21. Heck of a job by that is Josh Downs. All right, looks like we are back here. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 21. 2-by-2 formation. Joe in the shotgun, receiver in motion to the left. Quick throw. And Taylor was not expecting that quick throw by Joe Flacco. Flacco does not look like he is in sync with any of his guys at this point. A lot of pressure looking like, but they only send 3. And it's going to be caught by, it looks like, Alec Pierce for a 1st down. Old man Joe just running, just drilling that ball right down the seam on the right side. Minnesota has 5 on the line. Let's see how many they send. It's going to be a run up the middle, and Taylor able to pick his way for a gain of about 4 or 5. All right, Joe Flacco, single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion. It's going to be a nice little end around. They're going to get close to the 1st down marker, about a yard, maybe 2 shy. I have no idea who that was. Couldn't see the number properly, and I could not see his name. So, might have been 18 or 16, one of the two. So 3rd and 1, ball at the 45. They need to get it to at least past the 46 slightly. Run up the middle. Taylor able to make some guys miss, and he's going to be in Vikings territory down to about the 47-yard line. Hell of a run by freaking Taylor, man. Ducked under one tackle, weaved another, and then just whoop, nice little juke move to Van Ginkel, his former Wisconsin Badger teammate. And Josh Downs in motion to the right. Flacco hands it off to Taylor, who's going to get down across the 45. Second and 7, single receiver to the right, single back in the backfield, and that'll be a nice little run. It looked like it was going to be a bigger one, but nobody down the field blocked for anything. I was about to cuss there. So 3rd and 2, 7 guys from Minnesota right on the line. It's going to be a quick fake, throwing it down the field, and Jesus, Kyle, that was a Pittman who just got absolutely drilled by Harrison Smith. That was a dangerous throw. What the heck is Joe Flacco doing that, man? He's gonna lay his guy out on that one. He had the guy underneath. Yeah, he had number 27 Sermon, the running back. If he just dumps it down to him, like he doesn't even have to run for the first down. He just catches it, falls over, boom, that's a first down. And I got to give it to Smith, Harrison Smith, man. He could have played that dude out, and he didn't. He just kind of basically threw his body weight into him. It'll be 4th and 2, ball at the 40. Joe Flacco has a little bit of time and getting another guy nearly destroyed, and that'll be incomplete. Turnover on downs. I'm going to say something I rarely ever say about any team, even if they're playing pretty badly, regardless of record. Colts fucking suck. That was two god awful plays, awful throws, throwing it into double coverage when your guy is clearly, and I mean clearly, about to get blown up. When you had underneath options who were wide open, dog. Come on. Dude, that was a garbage play sequence. The last 3 plays were just absolute garbage. Joe Flacco's decision making, awful. Jesus. All right, we got a little under 5.5 minutes left in this game. We will see if the Colts defense can come up with either a big stop or God, they might have to score another touchdown for this game to be anything. The Colts offense has been awful the entire game. They have scored 3 points. And technically none. Because the special team scored the field goal and the defense scored the touchdown. All right, Minnesota fullback, running back in the backfield. All they're trying to do is kill the clock. Jones able to break a tackle, make a positive yardage. I think it's only about a yard and a half, but easily could have gone for a lot, a lot less. Two receivers to the right. Darnold in the shotgun. Jones just ahead of him. Darnold looking, throwing to his right. Wide open. Jordan Addison, who is going to be taken down, but after some big yardage. It's a first down for Minnesota. They only need 2 to 3 more at this point, and that'll be enough to basically ice this game. Darnold under center, single back in the backfield. Jefferson in motion to the right. It's going to be a run. Jones bounces off a guy. He's going to be able to, man, he's going to be very close to the first down. Yeah, Jones able to stiff arm his way to a very close first down. And it was first and 10, ball at the 28-yard line, single back in the backfield. Darnold under center. It's going to be a run by Jones, and he's going to be down at the 21. And Jones, man, doing what he did in Green Bay, and it's just basically icing the clock. All right, 2nd and 13. Addison in motion to the left. It's going to be a run by Jones, and he's going to be very close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and inches. Might have been in the best interest of the Colts to just let him get the first down. And Indianapolis will use their first timeout of the half. Stops the clock at exactly 3 minutes. So 3rd and inches here. Hand off to Jones. He picks his way for a first down inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Indianapolis will use their second timeout to stop the clock at 2:53. Come on, Flacco. We need you. Green Bay needs you for one more drive, dog. Score a touchdown. That's all we're asking. Just one. Just one. It looks like we're almost back here. I'm not even gonna lie, man. They were showing JJ McCarthy on the sidelines, and I'm like, why are they, why are they showing a 14-year-old little girl on the sideline? Dude, that kid looks like he is 5 years old. And that's hilarious. All right, it is 1st and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. It's gonna be a run. Oh, to the left, and Jones losing a yard. Indianapolis letting the clock run down. So Minnesota's going to have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a rollout, finding his tight end in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the Colts. How? How? How do you let that happen? Come on, man. How do you not have some safety help over the top? So that is a touchdown for Minnesota. This game is basically all but over. Minnesota able to score 3 touchdowns. Sorry, 3 second half touchdowns. And the extra point is good. And we have ourselves a 2-possession game. And that was to the tight end, Josh Oliver. Just a nice little play action. Darnold rolling to his left. And Josh Oliver literally just running a crossing route all the way across the field to the left. Nobody within probably 8 yards of him. So heck of a drive, man. Heck of a drive by Minnesota to basically ice this game. So the only positive for the Colts right now is they still technically have one timeout, and on top of that, they also have the 2-minute warning. It is 2:05 on the clock. And Indianapolis downs it in the end zone, so they will get the benefit of the 2-minute warning coming up here after this next play. All right, 1st and 10, 3 receivers to the right. Joe in the shotgun, pressure coming his way, and he's going to be taken down friggin' pretty easily all the way back at the 20. That is the former Houston Texan Grenard. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with the Minnesota Vikings 2 minutes away from going 6-3 on the year, getting their first win nearly a month actually, because I think they had their bye when they went 5-0, and then they came back and played 2 games, lost them. So it's been a while since the Minnesota Vikings have tasted some victory, and yeah, man, they looked pretty awful. Actually, no, sorry, their ability to score was awful in the first half. Their offense was getting yardage. They were getting the ball down the field, but they just weren't able to finish. And obviously a turnover in the red zone there, basically. But for the most part, they should have had at least 6 points. But after that, man, they, for the most part, cleaned it up. They had the interception in the second half here, but 3 second half touchdowns, and that defense basically pitching a shutout. You know, they gave up a field goal here in the second half, but Minnesota's defense didn't give up a single touchdown. You know, granted, we still have 2 minutes left, but odds are they won't give up one now. This Colts offense looks pretty awful. So yeah, man, this was a pretty impressive win for the Vikings. Nice little bounce back. You know, second half was rough, and you could easily get into your head and say, "Oh man, are we gonna lose another one here? Is this gonna be loss number 3?" But they kept it going, even after some of their momentum was stopped a little bit after that interception in the second half. It just kept going, and yeah, man, their offense finally got it done, and their defense was phenomenal in this game. All right, 2nd and 18, ball at the 22. Josh Downs in motion to the right. Minnesota sending 4. They're getting some pressure. Joe takes a shot in the back of, and Ward able to get to Joe Flacco again. And Indianapolis looks like they're going to use their final timeout here. Yeah, Ward, who started basically in between the center and guard, able to come up from behind of Joe Flacco and take him down. Was there a face mask there? Oh, I think there was, man. I think the refs missed a face mask on that one. So 3rd and 22, ball at the just shy of the 18. Some more pressure. Joe needing to run, just going to dump it down to a back who ends up tripping and falling on the 25-yard line. So that was a gain of 9. That could have been a little bit more if the running back didn't slip and fall. So 2 receivers to the right. This was a 4th and 13. So Indy's final chance, and he gets the first down. Josh Downs getting just enough, 14 yards on the play. Holy cow. Basically running a little skinny post down the seam here. 2 receivers to the right. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be taken down for another sack. That is sack number 3 on this drive. I mean, Joe has been an absolute statue up there. They were trying to look like they were gonna go for a fake spike or go for a spike, and then Joe pulls it up, throws it down the field, and not only was it dropped, but they catch a break because Minnesota was caught with too many men on the field. Second and 13. Joe standing, throwing it up. It's going to be intercepted. But there is a flag on the field. So it's either going to be, I think it's either going to be on both the defenses are going to be there, but it's either going to be pass interference or hitting the quarterback in his head. So it's going to be pass interference on Stephon Gilmore, the former Defensive Player of the Year, and that'll be an automatic first down. So right away, they're going to send out Matt Gay to attempt a field goal that would potentially make this a one possession lead. Trying to figure out where the ball is spotted here. This is a 54-yard attempt, so hardly a gimme. You would think they would run one more play here, but I guess they either you either have the leg or you don't. And it is good. So Indianapolis makes this a one possession game. And Minnesota's, the rest of their schedule, man, looks pretty manageable. They got Jacksonville, Tennessee, Chicago, Arizona, and Atlanta. So those next two games are going to be on the road. Jacksonville looking a little bit better. Tennessee still looking like Tennessee. So, this team could easily be what they're going to be 6-2 right now. So they could easily be 8-2 in the next couple weeks. All right, so there is 28 seconds left. The only hope the Colts have here is to recover an onside kick. They do not have any timeouts. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on, give us a good. We've seen a lot of onside kicks today, and none of them have been able to bounce up in the air. So let's see if we can get one. Minnesota will use their second timeout here. Likely the last one they're going to have to use in this game. It's always fun to see Mike Tirico, man. One of my favorite commentators in the league. Fortunately, they pair him off with one of the worst, in my opinion. Actually, might be hard to say the worst, just one of the more cringy. Definitely one of the more cringy, and loves to use platitudes, and I don't know, man. It's just, ugh. Just not a fan of Chris Collinsworth. I feel like most don't like him. All right. Looks like they're going to kick it to the right side here. And they get a nice pop up in the air. And no! Oh, man, you got to give it to Minnesota. You got to give it to Minnesota. They made it. They got it done, and that was Justin Jefferson high pointing that ball. Alec Pierce, the receiver for the Colts, unable to get in any kind of position. Yeah, that ball just kind of just died. If it was a little bit further to the sideline, just like about a yard or two, I think Pierce might have been able to out jump Jefferson up for that one. Ah, man. All right, man. Minnesota, man. 6-2. Still going to have a game on the Packers. And the race in the NFC just continues to get tighter. You have the 7-1 Detroit Lions, the 6-3 Green Bay Packers, and now the 6-2 Minnesota Vikings. All right. All right, man. This was a tough one for Green Bay fans. Today, man, we lost, obviously. On top of that, we lost to a division rival against the Detroit Lions. Vikings got a win. And, I mean, the Chicago Bears didn't do anything because they're on the bye, technically. So, but yeah, man. Tough one for Green Bay for this week. But still in the hunt by very squarely in the hunt, so I'm not too worried. It's going to be nice to have a little bit of a bye. But yeah, man. So, nothing too crazy. Let's look around the league very quickly before we head out here. I won't go into too much detail about these games because I will actually be breaking down some of these games on Tuesday night. Then on Wednesday, we will be doing our power rankings. And then on Thursday, we will be doing predictions before the Thursday night game. So I'm going to try to record some of these, so hopefully I can edit them to a little bit of a more manageable length. If I can't, I will be going live on each of those 3 days. But once again, we'll be I'll be making those a little bit tighter. The last power rankings, or the first power rankings that we did this past week, was a little over an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to shrink that down for you guys, make things a little bit more easier to watch in terms of length. You know, we're all busy, man. We're all busy. So yeah, I'm going to try to get those down to a more manageable length for you. So hopefully you guys will check them out. But once again, we'll be doing some just a quick little recap on Tuesday. Hopefully it's no more than 15 minutes. Very quick, just talking about some key points. One key point, maybe two key points about each game, and then just kind of moving on. Just giving my thoughts on what I saw from the highlights, or maybe even some film. But all right, let's look around the league really quickly. So Jets obviously got a big win on Thursday. Buffalo making a big comeback against Miami. Then we got Baltimore just crushing the Denver Broncos 41-10. That was probably the biggest point of defeat, or the biggest differential this week. Then we had the Chargers 27-10 over Cleveland. Carolina getting a 1-point victory over the New Orleans Saints 23-22. Getting I think their second win of the year. I might be wrong on that one, but we'll see. Next, we got Cincinnati coming away with a huge victory over Las Vegas, something that they desperately needed to keep their hopes alive to be in the wild card. They came away with a 41-24 victory. Next, we have the Washington Commanders able to hold on against the Giants team that was coming back. It was a 27-22 victory. Washington just a couple more wins away from possibly securing a playoff spot and potentially securing the NFC East crown. Next, we have Atlanta. We saw that one. We streamed that one. It got a big victory over Dallas. Tennessee coming back against the New England Patriots, who were able to tie it up with literally 0 seconds on the clock. Final play, Drake May finding a guy on the right side of the end zone, I'm pretty sure. Just making the play, forcing overtime. But Tennessee able to just have enough to get it done, 20-17 in overtime. And no, actually, Chicago did not have a bye. Man, I'm losing it. That game completely. Apparently, that game, Arizona, Chicago, completely. I just missed it. So that score was actually 29-9. So Green Bay was actually able to get one thing that they needed this week, and that was a Chicago loss. So my bad, Chicago. Didn't even know you played this week. but I'm happy I found out you lost. That's always nice for me. Next, we got Philly coming away with a 5-point victory over Jacksonville, 23-28. Obviously, tough loss for Green Bay, 24-14 to the Lions. And then finally, that crazy, crazy game over there in Seattle, losing in overtime to the rival Rams, 26-20. And then, obviously, tonight, 13-21, Minnesota. Indianapolis' offense unable to get anything going. Only 2 field goals in the second half. No touchdowns. And the only touchdown was scored by their defense early in the second half. But Minnesota coming up big with 3 second-half touchdowns. Darnold started out really rough. Didn't look amazing in this game. He looked a little bit like the old Sam Darnold that we're used to seeing. But he finished with 28 of 34, 290, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and was sacked 4 times. And Joe Flacco, really rough game. 16 of 27, 179, no touchdowns, 1 pick, and was sacked. And wasn't sacked until the very end of this game. He got sacked all 3 times in that final drive. That just unfortunately only got a field goal and never got the ball back again. So, all right, so tomorrow we got Tampa Bay versus Kansas City. Normally, I would say I think Tampa has a chance, but man, that offense has been rough to watch over the last couple of weeks since they lost their top 2 options, man, at the receiver position. I'm hoping Kansas City does lose because it would be nice to see them lose because I feel like they have played below their standards, and I feel like there's, the football gods eventually have to punish this team for how bad they have played, right? You would think. I'm hoping so. But we're going to tune in. Make sure you tune into that one tomorrow. Tampa Bay, Kansas City, 7:15, my local time. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys there. And that is it, man. That is it for me here on a big Sunday. We streamed 3 games. Yeah, it was a long one, man, but I had so much fun. Glad I had some people in the chat over the first 2 games. A little quiet today, during this game, but hey, I know. Leading up Sunday night, going into Monday, man, I get it. Well, regardless, I appreciate anybody that was watching. Hope you guys had a great Sunday. Hopefully you guys had a great time watching a little bit of football. Maybe get to spend some time with the family or just hanging out with friends, man. Either way, hope your weekend was well, and I hope tomorrow is going to be good for you. Hope to see you guys there. And my name is Dave. And don't forget, I'm not a coach.